Well, the Miami Dolphins did something I did not expect. What is up, Finn fans? You see by the thumbnail, the Miami Dolphins claimed an actual good player. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about other things. And the other thing we're going to talk about is the fact that Austin Jackson will have knee surgery and is out for the rest of the season. McDaniel expects him to be ready for the 2025 training camp. So unfortunately, that definitely does suck. Kendall Lamb is probably going to be the guy at right tackle. Hopefully he does a little bit better than he did yesterday. He's a left tackle playing right tackle. It's kind of hard to switch over, but hopefully he does a little bit better. He did give up a few pressures. I will have the film breakdown out for you tomorrow. But yeah, unfortunately, Austin Jackson done for the year right in the middle of the season. Going to have knee surgery. I would have fully expected, say the Dolphins lost last night, you would have heard a lot more players like Tyreek Hill, like Emmanuel Ogbah, like some of these other guys probably doing the same thing. But the Dolphins won. And because they won, I also think they did this. And they went out and they claimed Tyrel Dodson from the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seattle Seahawks released Tyrel Dodson, and I'm going to talk about why that is a thing, or why did they do that. But I love this pickup. Normally, they've made so many claims and they've brought in so many players and add them to the practice squad. Just so you know, this isn't a move that is adding to the practice squad. When you claim a player, they have to go to your active roster, so he's probably going to take the place of Austin Jackson's spot when he goes on IR. But they've made so many claims and put so many players on the practice squad, and I was indifferent. But this move is surprising to me, and it's surprising to a lot of people that he was released. I think this is going to help out the defense, especially the linebacker unit, tremendously because of his play style. Now, we're going to look into all that stuff. But real quick, from Seattle, when it came to releasing Dodson, this is what he said.
Mike, what went into the decision to move on from Tyrel Dodson?
We really appreciate T-Dot. I mean, he's worked extremely hard, rehabbed, throughout the offseason here. I think this was an opportunity for us when we kind of took a step back and realized where we were at. It was really the best thing for us to move forward that way, give the other guys in the room an opportunity to step up. I hope those guys grab that opportunity by the horns and take it and run with it. And then it gives Tyrel an opportunity to find another spot somewhere else, so he can finish the year strong. So that was it.
So it kind of seems like it was a little bit of a youth movement, and also something to help out Dotson not be in limbo when it came to free agency, or they just keep him on the back burner and eventually do something with him. But I want to show you guys something, and PFF, you could take it or leave it. Sure, that's not the one I wanted to hit. This is the one I wanted to hit. You see his PFF grade. Now, this is last year. This is 2023. But you see his PFF grade. This is with Buffalo. 89.5. Run defense, 82.6. Pass rush, not too great, 73.7. It ain't bad. And his coverage, 86.8. Those are good numbers. Really good numbers. Obviously, he signed with the Seattle Seahawks for a reason. But the coverage grade, the run defense, and his overall grade, this is what you want out of your linebacker. You want a great run defense number, and you want a great coverage number, because these are the guys who are going to be covering the linebackers and the tight ends and all that stuff. Matching him up with Brooks, I think, is going to be real dangerous. And Walker had his interception last week. He got a forced fumble here. But then you look at this season, it's not great, but also he hasn't played much this season. And I think that is a big reason why they probably moved on from him. Now, prior to his leaving, Tyrel Dodson played the most defensive snaps out of the Seahawks players. I was wrong about that this season, and accounted for 98.3% of the defensive snaps. His stats on the season: nine games played, 66 tackles, led the team. So I think it was, again, a youth movement because he had led the team in tackles. He had 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 pass defended, 1 quarterback hit, 4 hurries, and 7 pressures. So this is a guy who's going to be added. I think he's going to jump right in. He's going from McDonald, who it's the same defensive scheme that the Dolphins have now with Weaver. Again, they both came from the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're going to just plug him in and he's going to play right away. And I think and hope that this will help this defense out, getting after the quarterback, but also stopping the run. Now, you saw how we stopped the run last night, and even with the Arizona game, the Buffalo game, our run defense has been really stepping up. You look at how I think we held James Conner to 58 rushing yards and Kyler Murray to 19. And you saw what the Jets did. They had a better defensive front. He was running and they were doing everything all over him. So I think this addition here is more probably for the tight end coverage. But also it's just a great addition of a guy who's drafted 4 or 5 years ago. He's still young. And this is again, a guy that we don't have to compete for, and might be that guy with Brooks to be the future middle linebackers and probably draft another one. I like the claim. It reminds me of the Sealer claim. Now, Sealer was on the Ravens practice squad, but it feels like that where it's a guy who's underappreciated in the system he's in, and he's going to come here, he's going to do some good things. Now, I'm going to hold off on really getting too excited. Again, I've said how many times I like the move. More because it's surprising they let him go. And like I said, I feel like it was a youth movement because he said they let him go because they wanted to get the other guys some reps and also want to give him an opportunity. See what he does, man. You're going to face 2 bad offenses in the Raiders and the Patriots, and then you have a big game against the Green Bay Packers. And if his addition can help us beat the Packers and the Texans and the 49ers, then this team is a playoff team. Will his addition help that? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying could be a thing. So comment below. What do you think about the addition of Tyrel Dodson? I know we need a corner and possibly a right tackle. If you expect Chris Grier to do the thing that you want him to do, you're going to be disappointed. But that doesn't go without saying this is a good claim. And he was claimed, which means the Dolphins got him. 10 teams let him go by because the Dolphins are sitting at the number 10 spot in claims. So interesting move. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the film breakdown. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.